this is it. Fedor who has won 7 straight since a no contest. 26-1. And can this man pull the upset? Choy. He's got the size. He's got the mass. Probably not. If anybody knows my history of picking winners for MMA fights, knows I'm not very good, but I feel pretty confident with this one, even because of the size difference. As you see it here, look at the difference in these guys. I'm nervous, I'm not even going to win. Matt Lindland, the last man to go in against Fedor, told us in Portland last week. He thinks it's going to be a first-round decision, one way or the other for Fedor. Most everyone else picking him as Fedor shoots in on the big man. And Choi takes him down. Fedor giving up about 130 pounds here. 237 to 366, man. It's a huge difference. I don't know who you are. Look at the arm of Choi. It engulfs the head of the main income. You see the head difference too, the size of the difference he has. Look how small Fedor looks underneath him. This is Choi's working with his little brother. He's got Fedor going for the armbar. Fedor going for the armbar. Close. I can't believe he got out of that. That was tight. I thought it was over. Look how tight that armbar was. Fedor perhaps a little impressed himself there by Choi. Showing some redness around the face. And you can see there the welts taking a couple of good licks from Choi. He's trying to do a sambo trip. He can't do it because he's just so big. Choi again on top. See how patient the knees coming around the forehead. Every punch is huge. You know, every shot by Choy are huge punches with his size. You can see this. Look at the mammoth fist here of Choy. Again, Fedor goes. That's it. He got it. Fedor does it. Fedor, there they go. Wow. And we can breathe a sigh of relief now because that was a little close one. You understand how big Choy is. You could have got a couple punches off. This fight would have been done.
Fight's almost half quick.
And here's how it happened. Look at this armbar, the extension on it. Fedor's completely locked out. For those of you that practice in jiu-jitsu, getting to this position is very difficult on a man your own size, let alone somebody of Choy's size. Because look, once Fedor gets it in, his knee is by his head. He's already tapping, but he extends out. He's fully extended. You can see the elbow poking through the bottom of Fedor's torso. His arm is longer than Fedor's torso. It's really hard to submit a guy to that length. An interesting choice of opponent. The same result, so Fedor Emelianenko, another victory. And Choy, he got a few punches in. He landed a couple of solid blows early on. You see some redness around the face of Emelianenko, who patiently waited and grabbed a hold of one of those arms. Frank, that's about like getting a small tree trunk trying to submit it.
Yeah, him and Choi, what I expected. Anytime the fair tried to take him down, he couldn't do anything with him. He couldn't sweep him over. He was just too big. It's difficult. You see John Bob down and Fedor hugging in the corner there.
it's just difficult to move a guy with that mass around, and technically you have to be correct. You know, obviously Fedor was technically correct, got that arm bar, was able to finish it.
Я рад снова выступать здесь.
また日本でこうやって試合できて嬉しいです。
Для вас, ради вас.
皆さんのために試合しました。
Я обещаю, что буду впредь приезжать к вам и постоянно выступать. Здесь у меня в Владимире больше всех, больше, чем в какой-либо стране, кроме моей.
これからも日本に来て試合を続けることを約束します。日本で続けていて、日本という国が一番私のことを好きでいます。
I promise you, I'm going to fight Japan again, but you can obviously tell by the crowd response.
В моей стране, в моей великой стране. Я рад, что сегодня сделал
He was
большой
fighting
праздник.
dirty just to fight dirty. He can't be this serious.
Земляков,
Except
я
he's
россиян.
that serious.
この
He
試合
done
がロ
more
シアで
dirty
ロ
than a lot
シア
of
でも
money
世
in
界
the
でことをしています。私の祖国の国民たちにも大きな祝日となってくれることを願っています。
Все мои победы для вас. Я буду готов к этому.
私の勝利は皆さんのためにあります。ありがとうございます。
This fight is being shown in his home country of Russia too. He's happy fighting in front of the Russian crowd, his Russian fans as well. It's on free TV in Russia at the same time. Well, I don't know if it can officially be New Year's in Japan if Fedor doesn't show up. This is his 5th straight New Year's Eve fight, and of course his 5th straight New Year's Eve victory here in Japan. He will obviously have to retire. Yeah. To be able to not to fight on New Year's Eve in Japan. And just an hour away from 2008 here in Tokyo, Fedor ringing in the new year early with his first round armbar submission of Hongman Choi to run his record to 27-1. You see a little bit of the damage done to his face right there. It was only by about 5 or 6 punches that connected. Yeah, massive fist of Choi. Even a glancing blow covers about half the face of Fedor, but waited, didn't get the armbar in the first time. Got it the second time, and in classic Emelianenko fashion, he wrapped it all up. That's it. This is a huge thing for HNet Fights to have this, have the number one fight in the world on the night, first thing live. You know, I know it's early for a lot of the guys. You know, especially for the Pacific Coast guys, where I live in Las Vegas, Pacific Coast time zone. The wife got to stay up all night to watch. Not so bad on the East Coast, but still, you know, to have him on HNet live show is great. As you look at Fedor, for all those watching back in the U.S. on HDNet. An early Happy New Year. Still a few hours to go to celebrate 2008 there. But what a way to ring it in here with Fedor Emelianenko. He wasn't the bigger man, but he is certainly the giant of MMA, Emelianenko. Great hip motion, great extension. Obviously, that's textbook, isn't it, Frank? That's day one you learn about an armbar. It's exactly how it needs to be done. That's obviously Fedor's best submission position. He does it all the time. And as popular as any fighter here in Japan is the Russian Fedor Emelianenko. And that's one of the reasons. As you see, you figure if the guy had time, he would probably shake hands with all 20-some thousand here. He's very accessible to the fans here in Japan when he shows up. Well, when you see his opening here in Japan, and you see how they're portraying the media and how they're portraying in the articles and the press, you realize they're trying to make him a cold, heartless machine. And so if you're not familiar with him and don't come to the fights live and don't see him all the time, you're like, oh, he's another Russian cold, heartless machine. Like all of his opening has got snow in it.
It's got icicles in the background. And a lot of this guy, but then you get to talk to him, which I'm privileged to do. One working with Pride in the past, and then working here tonight at ACNet. I actually get to see him as he really is with his wife, his daughter, his friends and family. He's just a normal cat who just loves to fight because that's what he's good at. Let's go back now to Ron Kruk, who's standing by with the champ. Ron.
Congratulations on this huge win, Fedor Emelianenko. It seemed you were willing to eat a couple of punches, wait for your opportunity for the armbar. Tell us how you finished this fight.
Поздравляю с этой огромной победой. Мне показалось, что вы ждали, вы готовы были принимать от него несколько ударов, и потом вот ждали момент, когда можно захватить и идти на удушающий. Не удушающий, а вот
Да, действительно все было так. Я хотел даже в стойке немножко быть поактивнее, но он еще и ждал. Я хотел в атаке и в нее работать.
Yes, exactly like that. I was ready also for the fight in standing, but he didn't want to fight in standing, and it just turned out that way.
You sustained a couple of cuts. Is that from just the sheer massive hands and gloves of Hungman Choi?
Вот эти все вот эти пятна, это от массивных ударов от Хungman Choi. В этом всего лишь несколько получилось.
Нет, если честно, я совсем не чувствовал удара и удивляюсь, откуда такие повреждения на моем лице.
In fact, I didn't feel any big hits, but so I was now surprised to see that all these bruises in my face.
Мне кажется, я сильно перевернулся от ковера, от татами, от покрытия ринга.
Fedor, huge win tonight on New Year's Eve in Japan. As one of the last Pride fighting champions, what does it mean to you to win here in Tokyo once again on New Year's Eve?
Вот эта огромная победа, вот снова приехали сюда, как последний чемпион Прайда, и вот снова имели такую огромную победу прекрасную. Что это значит для вас?
Ну, я приехал не на последний прайд, я приехал на первые соревнования M1 Global. И очень рад, что этот старт произошел очень успешно.
I didn't come here as the last Pride champion. I came here for the M1 Global's first championship, and so I'm really glad that it turned out this way, that I finished with my victory.
Final question, and then the New Year's Eve party can get started. What's next for you? When can MMA fans expect you to fight again?
Ну, теперь может начать новогоднее гуляние, а после этого какие планы в будущем?
Выступать, драться. Сейчас, да, я обещал Шимаде-сан, что мы с ним немножко выйдем. А так, да, выступать у меня на следующий год 3-4 боя.
Just keep fighting, just keep participating in good fights, and I just promised with my friend Shinoda-san to have a New Year's drink, and after that we'll start thinking about a victory plan.
No opponent in the future?
Оппонент ожидается уже конкретный?
Я не знаю, это мне скажут руководители M1 Global.
I don't know it for yet. The M1 Global's leader will tell me later, probably.
Happy New Year, Fedor. Enjoy this victory.
Happy New Year, my friends.
All right, guys. Fedor Emelianenko, back to you, ringside.
Thanks, Ron. I'm going to take a bet here that Fedor would not have to buy a drink or a morsel of food in this town any New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen him buy a drink ever. And rightly so. He's definitely brought a lot of name branding, a lot of names to the fight game. He's got a lot of fans. Come on, just started paying attention to MMA just because of Fedor's presence here in Russia and here in Japan.
Exactly. Fedor Emelianenko continues to be the story. And with his first round armbar submission of Choi tonight. But the night is not over. Still a couple more fights here. As we are ready for Hasegawa and Sakurai.
matchup.
So, we don't want to make it out like it's almost like the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
They have a race after the Kentucky Derby for the crowd that kind of lingers around Churchill Downs after the greatest race in the world's run.
This, you gotta remember, Sakurai is probably one of my favorite fighters. And obviously, like I said before, it was my first loss. But we became friends after through Matt Hume, who trains him up in Seattle. Sakurai lives here in Japan, but comes to Seattle for his major training. And Matt Hume, one of the judges, one of the rules makers here in Japan, and one of my friends as well, got me and Sakurai together. And one of the best guys to really watch fight, all-around fighter, true all-around fighter Sakurai is, where Hasegawa, the presser local in Japan, said, hey, I have 2,000 sambo techniques. I'm going to beat him at it. Sakurai said, hey, we can make this a judo match. We can make this a sambo match. We can make it a fight. Makes no difference because I got 2,000 MMA tactics that I use. So all your sambo things won't work on me. And Sakurai is determined to beat this guy. I mean, he's even proved how much better his all-around game is in his academy, in his gym, than Hasegawa's is.
Hayato Sakurai, ranked among the tops in the world in his weight class. He has some standout wins over the likes of Jens Pulver and Frank, as you mentioned, and Joachim Hansen. Some of his losses to Anderson Silva and to Matt Hughes. He's won 7 of his last 8.
Don't forget the common theme we have. He also lost to
Domi on New Year's Eve 2 years ago here. And again, Domi surfaces when we talk about a great fighter and the loss that he has suffered. Hasegawa, 14 wins, none of them by knockout, 6 by way of submission, 8 by decision. He's won 1 in his last 3 fights, all the way across. A win, a loss, and a draw.
Come right out with him. He's literally
Now
trying to
one
force
underway.
it.
Sakurai in the block. The crowd cheers everyone.